What's going on? I'm going to give it a moment here before we get into it. Awesome. Oh, I feel about this music. I'm going to let it ride for today. It's the acoustics, a little acoustic going. So we're going to let it go. All right. One more moment, and we'll get this thing popping. All right. So, welcome. I am Tyler LaFlock. This is 10-Minute Reset. So, what is 10-Minute Reset? 10-Minute Reset is a better way to break up your day. When we scroll on our phone, and most of the time, it's just not restorative. And if in the second half of your day, you're noticing brain fog, less clarity, and you have to reach for caffeine, something's off. So during 10-Minute Reset, we utilize movement, breath, and journaling to help downregulate the nervous system, recenter so we can perform at our highest in the second half of our day. And today we're going to be doing a little bit of breath work followed by some journaling. So I'd like you to grab yourself something to write with, preferably with a pen and paper. If you need to do it on your phone, all good. And I would say best to grab a pen and paper. So give us about 10-15 seconds to do that while I get set up here. Awesome. Cool. So let's go ahead and we're just going to take a moment to breathe and ground down. So if you're in a chair, all good. And what I would like you to do is just come to the forward half of your chair if that's the case. I've got this big guy here. I'm waiting on my little Safu to come. In the meantime, we got big orange machine here. It's the best thing I got that works for my seated position and my somewhat tight hips. All right. So what I'd like you to do is just focus. We're going to go internal right now. So go ahead and just close your eyes. And just begin to scan your body. And I want you to breathe through your nose. Slowly beginning to lengthen the exhales. And what I like to do is go ahead and place a hand on your navel and then a hand over your chest. And then just think belly, chest, out. Belly, chest, out. And then just go ahead and smooth it out. In and out. Nothing to do, nowhere to be. Just bringing all your attention, your awareness into our body, to our breath. And see if you can get some pleasure, add a little bit of a smile to this. Just a slight grin. Just really begin just to breathe off some of the stress from the morning. And beautiful. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of journaling. And for our journaling, we're going to be doing some introspection, which is what journaling's for anyway. Kind of comes with the territory. So what I'd like you to do is at the top of your page, just go ahead and write down what threatens your inner confidence and self-belief. So what threatens your inner confidence and self-belief? What strengthens it? And how can you protect your sense of self? So, what threatens your inner confidence and self-belief? Start there. Once you feel complete, what strengthens it? And last, how can you protect your sense of self? So we're going to spend the next 6 minutes, and I'll give you little time checks along the way. But close your eyes, take a deep breath, and just reflect on what threatens your inner confidence and self-belief. And immediately what comes up for me as an example is how others view me, right? People pleasing, the expectations of others. So let that ping around your head, not projecting my stuff onto you, but just see if you can kind of pull on that thread a little bit and just see what comes up. Oh, and as always, if you feel stuck, just get the pen moving. I don't know what to write. The momentum will take over. So just get the pen moving. So we're coming up on that 2 minute mark. So think about wrapping up that first part of what threatens your self confidence and self belief. And now begin to shift into what strengthens it. So, what strengthens when I follow through what I say I'm going to do, for example, for me. And we're going to spend 2 more minutes wrapping this up. And then the last piece is what can protect or how can you protect your sense of self? And for me, it's like learning to validate self, not relying on the validation from others. And keeping my promises to myself. That's a huge one to protect my sense of self. Don't read comments. I love the quote, if you wouldn't accept their advice, why would you accept their criticism? So, yeah, ways that you can, or how can you protect your sense of self? And we'll end on this one. All right. So allowing that last piece to come to an end. All right. Just take a moment to notice. Take a moment to notice just how you feel now in your body as opposed to when 10 minutes ago when we first sat down. Do you feel calmer? Do you feel more poised? Do you feel more connected? Do you feel more centered? The journaling prompts around, man, self-confidence, self-belief, it's an important one. This is where if we want to, seeking validation from others makes sense as group from our evolution, right? So we all have this pattern hardwired into us, and when it just takes over and becomes all consuming and we forget how to validate ourselves and learn to keep our promises to ourselves, and yeah, that becomes a struggle. So having practices, having things like this to help you recenter, reground, is to me been profound. So just want to offer that to you. Thank you so much again for joining me on 10-minute reset. I really appreciate you. And as well, if you have questions or anything around physical, mental, emotional well-being, please feel free to reach out. Let me know anything you'd like me to cover in the future. I'm super open to it. And thanks again for joining. I'll see you on the next one.